Hi, I'm Annie,
I'm Sam.
and welcome to Game Chat and Large Plays.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition.
Ares Expedition, the card game version.
Yes.
Not normal Terraforming Mars, although we will undoubtedly mention Terraforming Mars as well.
Yes.
Because you can't have a conversation about one without talking about
The other. Nope.
So strap in.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
This might be a controversial one. I don't think we share the same opinion of Ares Expedition as the wider board game community, so...
Do we not?
I don't think so.
Ooh, it's gonna be a bumpy ride, guys.
So, my dear wife, what kind of game is Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition?
It is a tableau-building game.
Correct, not a deck building game.
Oh. Didn't have to say
Okay,
that.
what's a tableau building game though? What makes it a tableau building game?
Because you play cards in in front of you in like a grid. So that makes it a...
Well, not really a grid, but yeah, you're creating an engine in front of you.
An engine.
Yeah, it's sort of. It's not an engine building game, but it kind of is. Tableau building is a form of engine building. Subgenres within genres and.
It's not an engine building game, but it kind of is.
Yeah, it's like a subgenre of engine building. It's like deck building is a form of engine building because you're building an engine to run.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Most running I'll do.
Yeah, so Ares Expedition is a tableau building game. You've got a massive deck of cards. You know the drill at this point. You've got a massive deck of cards. You've got a hand of cards, and you're playing them out in front of you, and then you set them off, and they do all different things. And I'm moving my hands around, and you can't see them.
Yeah, you need to do me. At least I could see my hands.
Yeah, but I get whacked in the face when you do that.
Oh, no one cares.
Oh wow, thanks. Great. Tell me more about Terraforming Mars. Ares Expedition.
Yeah, we have to add that caveat that it's Ares Expeditions because when you think of Terraforming Mars, you think
of the normal game.
You think of the ugly one, yeah. Oh, did I say that? Oh, sorry, but it is. Anyway.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later. Let's talk more about Ares Expedition.
I absolutely love Ares Expedition.
You freaking love Ares Expedition.
I don't know if it's so that it's just a tableau building game. Because I'm the same
I mean, you love Ark Nova, you love Everdell, you love Earth, you love Ares Expedition.
I think we found a theme.
You love Wingspan.
Yeah, I think we found a theme.
I think these tableau building games are your favourite kind of game.
I'm rubbish at them though. But...
Well, I wouldn't say you're rubbish. Just I'm better.
I would be mad, but it's true. Yeah, Terraforming Mars as we said, is a tableau building game. Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition.
Yeah, if we just call it Ares Expedition.
Yeah, it's Ares Expedition. Guys, it is. Anyway, yeah, so... What?
No, you carry on. Did
I just hit you in the face with my hair or
Very
something?
nearly.
Oh shit. Shoot, sorry. Anyway, it is an Ares Expedition is a tableau building game. The turn happens like this. You get a set of 5 cards.
Yeah, you got a hand of 5 phase cards.
5 phase cards, and then each person at the same time or simultaneously play a phase card. They go through 1 to 5. So obviously,
the first one is development, where you get to play a green card.
Yeah.
The second one is construction, where you can play a blue or a red card. The third one is action, where you're triggering the actions in your tableau, plus the standard ones on your board.
Yes.
The fourth one is production, where you're producing all your resources. And the fifth one is research, where you're card draw, basically.
Grabbing all the cards. Yeah. So people simultaneously play those cards and stuff. It is very probable at some point 2 or more people are gonna
play the same one.
Play the same one, but you don't do that phase twice, so it's still only one phase. But whoever plays the face card has a little bonus that they could do for playing
Like,
it.
for example, development, you get 3 money discount off it.
Yeah, research, you get to draw more cards if you played the research
And
one.
keep more of them.
And keep more of them. Action, you get to do one of the actions on your cards an extra time.
Because usually you can only do them once.
Yeah. Construction, you get to play another...
Or draw a card.
Yes. So it's just... I think though with our games, it's hard sometimes because you want to... with the amount of players, depending, it goes up to how many players?
4.
4 players. So you want to maximize the amount of phases you're getting. So it's also
everyone wants to maximize the amount of phases you're getting. So everyone sat around the table going, "What phase are you going for? What phase do I need to go for? What phase are they going for?
Yeah.
But if they go for that phase, then I should probably keep this phase. But if they don't go for that phase, then I miss out on the phase entirely."
Yeah, it's like, oh, you need
games.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you need resources. So are you going to play production so you can get the resources? But wait, are you expecting someone else to
Or
play
are you
production?
hoping that I'm going to play production because I also don't have any money?
Yeah. In one of our games, how many of us, was it 3 out of 4 played production or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
But then again, I think we all needed the 4 money.
Yeah, because you get the
bonus.
You get 4 money bonus if you play
production.
Production, yes. Brain fart. Yeah, and it's just there is no limit to how many cards you can have in your tableau either.
Yeah, not in the tableau. Your hand is limited to 10 though.
But at any time you can discard cards for 3 money each.
Yeah.
So if you're struggling for money,
which includes when you're paying for things. So if it's like, oh well, this costs 15 money, but I've only got what 14 money.
Yeah.
Well, I'll spend this card as 3 of it, and then that will leave me with 2 money over.
Yeah. So it's a good way of getting rid of your cards, which maybe you've got from like card draw from other cards and stuff, and you're just there like, well, this is a bit.
Or you just haven't got around to playing it and probably never will.
Yeah, because some of the cards, basically there's also a is it a circular board? The board that has all the...
You mean the centre board?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not circular, but yeah, I know what you mean.
There's a centre...
The Mars board. That has Mars on it.
Yeah, okay. The Mars board that has Mars on it. Also, there you have to kind of raise the temperature and the oxygen, and there's some cards.
The game ends when the oxygen temperature are at max, and all of the ocean tiles on the board have been flipped.
Yeah.
And you get Terraform rating, otherwise known as points, for doing each bit.
Yeah. But there are some cards which actually have criteria that has to be met before you can play it. So like temperature has to be in red.
Because it's colour coded. You get it goes purple, red, yellow, white.
Probably.
Yeah. So you got different bands. So you got I mean like oxygen goes up from 0% up to however percent it is. But then some of those segments are purple, some are red, yellow, white, and then when you get to like card requirements, it will say you have to be at, like, for example, white or higher. Well, not white, obviously. Well, there might be some that white, but like red or higher,
Or 2 ocean tiles have to be flipped,
or you need to have like 3 science tags already in your tableau.
Yeah, and sometimes if you get those cards in your opening hand or whatever, the criteria is quite further along in the game. You're like, okay, what's the chances that I'm ever going to be able to play this? And sometimes it's just...
We don't want to be holding on to cards forever.
No, gosh, no. So, yeah.
I think my biggest problem in that regard is that all the cards always seem really useful. So I'm there and I'm like, I want to play all of these cards. How am I going to have enough turns to get them all played?
Yeah.
Like the game will be coming to a close and it's like, but I want this extra heat production. I'm probably never going to be able to produce it, but I want it. It's been in my hand for several turns and I want to play it.
You kind of grow a bit attached to it. When you've had something in your hand since turn 1, you're a bit like, but it's my baby.
I don't think I've waited that long to play a card.
No, I think the most I've waited is a turn before the game ends. Because I'm just...
Wow, that is bad.
Yes, I know.
You probably should have sold that card.
I know. So, have we played Terraforming Mars in our gaming group? Ares Expedition.
Yeah, I needed that clarification. Sorry. Yeah, we have brought Ares Expedition to the group, haven't we? On a number of occasions.
Yes.
So we have played it at 2, 3 and 4 player.
And did everyone love it?
Everyone loved it.
Everyone
loved it.
Yes, we introduced it to Neil. I think we introduced it to Gareth first.
And then we'd introduced it to Neil. And then we decided everyone wanted to do it again anyway, so we did it with all 4 of us.
Yeah, and Neil absolutely loved it. He was like, oh, can we play that again?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. He loved it. But the last game, how close was that game? You came first. Oh yeah,
that was really close.
It was there's 3 of us.
Well, there was that one we had with Neil where we were all moving up together, and then
suddenly
final turn I was like bing.
Which happens in almost every single game we play.
But not the 4-player one. In the 4-player one, 3 of us ended up literally 1 point apart from each other.
Yeah. Guess who won though? Can you guess?
Can you guess what it is yet?
Yes.
Yeah, a winner is what it is.
Yes. So, what do you enjoy most about it?
Well, I quite enjoy tableau building games.
But not Earth.
No, not Earth. But I mean, generally, I like having a hand of cards and building an engine and triggering it all off and then getting the rewards and to allow me to build more, and then so I generally like that anyway. That's why I like deck building games so much, because it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love it because tableau building and deck building.
I love the phases as well. And I love how it's all simultaneous. Done properly, Earth.
Yeah.
There's my controversial take for the day. Ares Expedition is a better tableau building simultaneous play game than Earth is. Probably because Ares Expedition is based on Race of the Galaxy, I think.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Which is already a tried and tested tableau building simultaneous play game anyway. So they was hedging their bets on that one. But Ares Expedition is my choice between the two by far, and it's not even close.
Yeah, because even with Earth, you still feel like you have downtime.
Well, yeah, this is the thing with Earth. I mean, we raised this in our game chat about Earth. It's simultaneous, but one person is like, well, I get 2 soil, and the other one's like, well, I get 3 soil, 4 cards. I get to trigger all of this stuff, and then I get to put some stuff in my compost, which triggers this thing, and so even though it's simultaneous, you're still sat there waiting for other people around the table to finish what they're doing. Whereas in Ares Expedition, the simultaneous play is you play a card and you increase your production, and that's it. So everyone can just do that, and it's no bother.
And it's most of the time there isn't actually anything for you as a player which actually affects other players. So you don't have to wait to be like, oh, by the way, I do this to you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice.
The only phase where that really happens is the action phase.
Yeah.
But then it takes a lot to get those actions out in the first place, and they're so snappy to trigger anyway. It's like, well, I do this action which gives me some heat. There you go, done.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, exactly. So.
You don't have to go through activating everything in order and grabbing all of this stuff that other people maybe aren't grabbing.
Yeah. It's just
so much nicer. I enjoy it so much more.
It is so much. I yeah. As we said, controversial opinions about actual terraforming.
Oh, we're going to comparisons, are we?
Yes. Go on then.
It's way better.
It is way better. Terraforming Mars, the actual board game.
The board game.
It's ugly.
Oh, it's you have to do more than whisper.
It is ugly.
Yeah, let's spell it out. UGLY.
You ain't got no alibi. Showing my age there.
We are self-professed aesthetic gamers.
Yeah, we are.
It's got to look good. It's got to be pleasing to the eye. Otherwise, I'm not interested.
You know what I mean?
And Terraforming Mars is one of the ugliest games in existence.
The digital version isn't so bad.
And my criticism isn't with the actual artwork itself. That's fine. It's the graphic design that looks like someone made it in Word in like 1997.
Maybe they did.
They didn't. No, it's not that old.
Yeah, maybe it's a kid's.
Whereas Ares Expedition, the art itself is way better, but the graphic design is also so much better. The iconography looks so much more refined. The lack of borders around the cards makes it just look more pleasing to the eye. It is such a nicer game that looks better on the table. It's so much better in every way.
So much better.
Aesthetically.
Yeah, no, aesthetically.
But mechanically, I do think there are some things about normal Terraforming Mars that I enjoy a lot and I miss from Ares Expedition. Like the not really area control, but like the tile placement on the board. You know, where you're placing down forests and cities and then they all do points off each other. Like, I miss that. I miss that sort of feeling that we're all on Mars together. Ares Expedition misses that, which I think is a shame. But it's not so bad that I'm like, I prefer Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
I think Terraforming Mars is a perfect game for me to play digitally by myself. Whereas Ares Expedition is a game I would rather play with other people. Whereas I don't think I'd want to play base Terraforming Mars with other people so much.
No, because I sometimes ask you if you want to play it digitally with me. Like, no, I prefer it solo, mate.
Yeah, I just do, because the computer does a lot of the admin for you anyway.
Yeah, wait, a game he prefers solo.
Video game. I play a lot of video games solo.
Okay, it's like not exactly a video game. It is a board game which has been translated to digital.
And it looks better digitally as well. Like, even the iconography looks way better and the little animations and stuff. It's nice. It's just nicer. Just generally nicer.
It's nicer?
It's the only Terraforming Mars I'll touch. We have played physical Terraforming Mars before you have a go at us in the comments. Yeah. We have played it. It was mechanically enjoyable, but really bad on the eyes, and there's so much admin that, I mean, it's not more admin than we're used to. It's just when there's a digital version that does all the admin for you.
Yeah, you kind of get a bit lazy. Not you specifically.
I do, yeah, definitely.
Okay, him specifically then.
So, is there anything about Ares Expedition that you don't like?
That I don't like? You know, I don't actually know.
Really? It's almost a perfect game for you.
Oh, okay, it's not perfect, but I don't know what...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean... Maybe it is perfect.
Hot takes here.
You heard it here first. Get your news. Yeah, I actually don't know, because I love the tableau building. I love that you can spend cards for money. Oh, I've got one criticism. My hands are too finicky for the cubes.
You mean like the quantity cubes?
Yeah.
That ties actually into my criticism.
I dropped them a lot.
The main board in the middle is too small, and all of the stuff on that board is too small. Like, it has the score going around it, but it's like the tiniest little boxes that you can't even fit one cube in, let alone four.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. And then when you're like increasing your score, you worry that you're going to knock someone
else's, because
like,
the boxes are so small and so close to each other that it makes it really hard to see how much score you have, which is against the whole point. Not the whole point, but it's really important to know how many points you have, because that's how much money you earn every turn.
Yeah.
So you're constantly trying to check how much points you have, and it's not easy to see when all the cubes are crammed in a tiny little space. On that note, the cubes for the oxygen and the temperature tracking are way too big for their tracks as well. So it's easy for them to slip off. You're like, are we in purple or red? I can't really tell anymore.
Size does matter. Yeah.
And then the only thing that is fine to a degree is the actual bit of Mars in the middle where the ocean tiles are.
Yeah, that's fine.
But again, like, it can be really fiddly trying to flip those tiles over when they're like wedged in the middle.
Yeah, for clumsy-itis like me.
You will often find, especially in our games, that people will flip an ocean tile and they will never pick the middle one until the last. Mm-hmm. Until it's the last one to go, because no one wants to bother with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a game which is very good for people who have dexterity issues. Like I sometimes struggle with my hands and stuff because of fibromyalgia and everything. And it's like sometimes I find it really hard to pick up the cube, keep them, and put them where I need to go because my hands just are like.
Yeah, I mean the player cubes are really small, and the one value money coin cubes are really small. The 5 and 10s are fine, but everything's just a little bit too small, I think.
Yeah.
Just generally. They also provided these tiles, these with the phases on them, so you get like a phase 1 tile, a phase 2 tile, and the idea is everyone reveals their cards, and you just flip over the ones that are going to be used. They're pointless. We never use them because you can already see around the table what phases are being played. So you just go, right, phase 1, everyone does their phase 1, and those who have the phase 1 card in front of them are like, well, I get my extra discount as well then. It's so much, there's no need for those fiddly tiles, because you spend as much time filling them over as you do actually looking at what they're, like, they serve no purpose, basically, is where I'm going.
Oh, I found something else I like about the game.
Go on then.
On the cards, right, it will actually have an indicator of which phase its ability can be used in.
Yeah.
So good for someone who's got, like, snot.
How long did it take you to realise that?
Not long, actually.
Really? Because I distinctly remember pointing out in our 4-player game, which was the last game we ever have it, I mean, everyone around the table going, oh, yeah.
No, I pointed it out.
I pointed it out to Neil.
Yeah, but I've known for, like, months.
All right, okay.
Thank you.
All right, if you say so.
I do say so because it's true.
So if you play a blue card with an action on it, it will have the Roman numerals for 3 above it. Say this is the phase that it takes place in.
So it's so handy.
So you're playing the blue card in phase 2, but it clearly delineates that it's what you use it for is in phase 3.
Yeah, it's so
Or like
handy.
a lot of the green cards give you some production, and so they will actually tell you phase 4 on the card to tell you that this is the effect it has. Or like if it gives you titanium or steel, which are just discounts for certain tags, it will tell you use these in phases 1 and 2 because that's when you're playing the cards.
Yeah. It's so handy.
Yeah, they did put a lot of thought into the iconography and how the game works aesthetically as well, and I think that was great.
Yeah.
Put more thought into it than base Terraforming Mars.
Guffaw. You're so strange.
Have you got anything else to say? That crow does.
I'm just imagining it just like climbing the window, flying.
Whatever. I don't even know where it is. I think it is somewhere out there, but I think it's on the roof and we can't see the roof from here.
Oh, as long as it doesn't fly into the window like that, like bird did once. Proper freaked me out.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie we watched.
Oh no!
that was a bird in the window in that one.
That one too.
But anyway, have you got anything else to say about Ares Expedition?
I don't think so. I just really enjoy it. It's a game that
It is definitely one of our favourites.
Yeah.
Our being in italics there. Italics?
Italics.
I sounded American then. I don't know why.
Italics.
Do we Americans even say it like that?
I don't dig.
Okay, in bold. In bold. It is one of our favourites.
Yes.
I definitely on the spectrum of tableau-building games, it's definitely one of the ones I am happiest to play most often.
Yes.
That and Ark Nova, I think, are my 2 favourites.
Yeah. And I mean, the setup isn't actually that.
Oh no, the setup's tiny.
The setup's like really
Everyone
easy.
gets their own board, you deal out the cards, and then you put the main board in the middle, you put the tiles on top, and then it's done.
Yeah.
Simple.
We haven't actually played it with any of the expansions, though, have we?
No, we haven't bought any expansions. But they're
on my list.
That's why I didn't mention the lack of like achievements that Terraforming Mars has, because those are in the expansions we haven't got yet.
Oh, okay. We're going to get them at some point. We're getting them at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I've said it out loud, so now it's happening.
Oh no, we're definitely happening. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
It'll happen. Like I've been on the cusp of it for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Like almost getting it, and then be like,
Maybe I'll put them on my birthday list.
It's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
It's coming up soon. Maybe I'll put them on my birthday list.
Yeah, your birthday's before mine.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
So nothing else?
I don't think so.
Well, shall we wrap this up then?
Yeah.
Okay then. Thank you for watching.
As always.
Yeah. This was us talking about Ares Expedition. I hope you like the fact that we're only talking about one game now, because it keeps it a reasonable length.
Yeah, it gives it a reasonable length, and it means that people don't have to
skip through to find the game they want. Yeah. If you have no interest in watching us talk about Ares Expedition, you can just skip this video. I mean, you're already like 20 odd minutes in, so...
Yeah, timestamps.
You're at the end now. Why are you still here if you don't want to hear us talk?
Are you timestamping it?
Of course I'm timestamping it. We don't have to mention that every single video. Give the audience some credit.
Did you remember that there were timestamps?
But yeah, we're only doing one game now, because then we can talk about it as much as we like without worrying about time restraints.
I don't worry.
Evidently.
I laugh in the face of worry.
I'm worried that this video is still going to be just as long as a normal game chat, even though we're only talking about one game.
Boobs.
Okay. Anyway, we've been Let's Plays. This was our potentially controversial opinion on Ares Expedition. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have played Ares Expedition and you didn't like it because it wasn't Terraforming Mars, give it another try. Play it for its own merits, because it is actually a really good game. No, it's not quite Terraforming Mars. It is missing some Terraforming Mars stuff in it, but it is a solid game in its own right. I mean, you could argue just play Race to the Galaxy instead, but
Space. Oh wait, they're both space.
They're both space, aren't they?
Shush it.
If you want to terraform Mars, but you want to do it in Race to the Galaxy style, Ares Expedition has got you. No, but seriously, actually give it its own fair shake, because it's a really good game and I thoroughly enjoy it.
It's so good.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Sign here. Sign on the dotted line.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
See you next week.
At some point.
Oh, I don't know what video we're doing next week. Might be an unboxing.
Maybe, but we're not going to tell you what.
We actually have a couple of unboxings in the can, and we're waiting for the right time in the schedule to put them up. And I also received some dispatch emails just before filming this. There's going to be even more games that we're going to be unboxing.
But if those come, that will happen. We'll screw everything else.
Yeah, actually, no, I will say it. There is an unboxing next week. Tune in for that unboxing. It might be a big game, it might be a very big game, or it might be a small one. Depends what arrives when and when we film it and how soon things get out. But there will be an unboxing next week.
And how long I can stand for.
That's true, yeah. We might actually have to split the big one into 2 separate unboxings as well.
Yeah, but it's going to be a doozy.
Yeah, it's going to be, yeah. We will see you next week.
Bye.